welcome to episode 54 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics, chronologically, kind of. Alright, we're going into Batman number 9 here. It was released February, March 1942. Specifically March 1942. Doesn't really matter though. The executive editor was Whitney Ellsworth. Cover artists Fred Ray and Jerry Robinson. Writers Bill Finger. Penciler Bob Kane and Jerry Robinson on the first one. Bob Kane on the rest of them. Jerry Robinson and George Russo's did the ink, and the letters is George Russo. And yeah, that's all we need on that part of it. Alright. On the cover, it's Batman and Robin in front of a spotlight. That's it.
Yeah, it sure is.
I mean, listen. Batman and Robin are drawn very nicely.
They are. Robin looks pretty buff, like he's been working out, so.
He does. He looks jacked, but other than that, it's pretty plain.
Yeah. I honestly feel like we've seen this one before.
Yeah, it does. It seems like a very generic thing, like it's possible it's been used elsewhere.
There's still no Canada price, just so you know.
It's still only 10 cents. Still a Superman publication.
Hey, when did they put that on there? Look, I'm already making TJ not talk.
Yes, he's been quiet for almost 2 whole minutes now, so...
Alright, anything else to say about that?
No.
The good news is, you can tell that on the cover, TJ is already jolly, so... Yeah. We're in for a treat tonight.
I'm glad he's got his Christmas spirit going. So
yes, he does.
We missed the Christmas in July by 1 day.
Oh.
Well, depending on when this is released, we could be in October for all we know. It could be a Christmas episode. Welcome to the Christmas episode of.
Well, no. When I do start releasing it, I'll be releasing it. Well, no, I was going to say. We got 54 episodes. It'd be almost a year to the day, but I forgot about hiatuses and shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be released on Christmas.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a Christmas miracle.
No promises.
Right. If it is, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, there's no predicting. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving,
4th of July,
whatever,
Halloween.
This one is like all different holidays, apparently.
It is. It's a holiday edition, actually.
Because the first one's like Halloween-y.
You're a Halloween-y. Come on.
TJ hates you.
I know, we got grumpy TJ tonight.
It's because he hated all of these stories.
I didn't hate all of them. Just the majority of them.
I was good with this one. I liked everything.
Right.
I would say overall I'm happy.
Yeah.
I will say it's a jump in quality from what we have been reading.
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, so the first story is called The Four Fates. It is 13 pages long, and it's got a non-canon opening cover with, I guess, what I assume one of the Fates stirring a pot as Batman and Robin drift out of it like smoke, and a bunch of guys are trying to shoot them.
Some kind of sorcerer. Yeah, it's really weird, actually. They look like genies coming out of the pot, too, and then there's people on the side shooting at them? I don't know.
And it has nothing to do with the story at all.
No.
Not even a little bit.
I mean, if you want to read into the metaphor of it all, that Batman and Robin are causing the things that are happening from the prediction that we'll get to.
Yeah, if you want to go into all that, okay, maybe. Even that's a stretch. Just so you know. Stretch.
Whatever. Anyway, we open up with people listening to the radio, including Bruce and Dick.
Yeah, everybody likes this program, apparently.
Yeah, I guess this guy tells fortunes on the radio?
It's one out of 5 in the 1930s on the radio. You don't have that many choices.
True. And there's no TV, so you're watching something.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's what he's actually doing. That's just my prediction based on his setup. He's like behind a desk with a crystal ball.
Right.
So, I would just assume he's telling the future.
And back in this day, they always made fortune tellers. You could tell who they were because they had a turban on their head.
Well,
yes.
So did all the Indian people in these books, too. So
True, that is true.
There's a Swami.
Yes. Well, this particular Swami has an expensive ruby that he wears. I don't know why he tells everybody that he wears this ruby, because it just invites robbers to come rob them.
Right, I'm not really positive of that either.
So, yeah, the robbers come and rob them.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
Except that, in this instance, they didn't realize he was on the air when they broke in. And they're like, oh, good.
So, are they the only people in Gotham not listening to the radio? Because everybody else apparently knows that they're on the radio right now.
I guess.
Is there not radios in their cars?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Did the old cars have radios?
That.
Yeah, I don't know when radios were started to be regular things installed in cars. So, I don't know. Whatever the case is, these guys... I'm sorry. You guys keep texting my phone. These guys see that he's on the air, and they pull a gun on him, and they beat up the news anchor, and I guess before they kill him, the Swami puts a curse on him. The curse of the 4 fates. And then I guess they shoot him to death.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they shoot him after that. Crack, crash, boom, and then, he's dead.
The first guy will die by lightning, the second guy will die by air, the third guy will die by metal, and the fourth guy will die by water. Or water will cause his downfall. That's an important note for later.
Yeah. Not caused by water, but water will cause his downfall.
Right. But people are, they're not sure if this is real or not, and then we show that he was actually killed by the guy, and then Batman Robin says, this is real, and they go to the scene. And they go to the scene, but they're too late. They're gone. But they knew who did it. They recognized the voices or something like that, the cops did. So there's an APB out on all of them. And
did they recognize the voices? I didn't get that. Did they? Yeah, we recognize their voices on the radio.
That's what he says. I recognize his voice on the radio.
Oh, my God.
When they all talk like mobsters,
Look here, see? We're going to take this drill, see?
So I guess you can tell that they're criminals.
I guess so.
I don't know. I have no explanation. Anyway, Batman surmises that, they need the offense to cut the ruby because it's so big and without destroying it, and there's only one guy in town that can do it. So Batman goes to the fence and beats him up and gets the information of where they're hiding out.
Everybody in town must know his defense because his name's Fritz the Fence. You don't get Fritz the Fence unless you're a fence.
So just to go back, sorry, I was researching. Car radios started in 1930. They were a lot of money, so they didn't have them in the early 30s. But by 1946, almost every car, estimated 9 million AM car radios in use. Oh, so most people probably, I would say by this comic here,
what year
a lot of people had them. 1946.
This is 42.
Right, so by the late 1930s, push-button AM radios were considered a standard feature.
Oh.
So I'm like, it probably was pretty common, I would say, by 42, since there were 9 million of them by 1946.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it was probably pretty common, so it wouldn't be likely that if these guys were driving, they probably would have heard this guy on the radio.
Well, maybe they were listening to music instead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good... I'm curious of what was on AM at the time, but I'm not going to go that far into it. It took me too long to find that. So, anyhow.
Are we moving back to this book?
Back to the book.
Okay. We're back to the book, and Batman and Robin bust in, and they start shooting them, and there's this big fight, and the Batman starts throwing trash cans down the stairs. I don't know why there's... I don't know what... God.
Did he run back up the stairs to throw trash cans down the stairs?
No, I think they ran out.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why there are so many trash cans up.
I was just going to say, how many trash cans did they have up in this one room office?
I count at least 4 coming down the steps.
I see 4. I'm like, okay, well, what were they doing with all these trash cans up there?
Batman calls them ash cans unless it's a misprint.
He does say ash can, and I wonder if they're from a fireplace.
Or is it for cigarette smoking in this pool hall or something where they're at? Because they smoked. Everybody smoked constantly in the 40s. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
And who knows when ashtrays were invented as a main feature?
Even still, if there's 10 dudes in a small room, they're going to fill a trash can full of ashes in the 40s.
Yeah. Yeah, filling a trash can full of cigarette butts.
True.
I mean, when we used to play poker and we all smoked, 6 of us could fill a trash can.
Oh, yeah.
So there's at least 5, because Robin also rides one down.
Yeah, Batman puts Robin in one of them.
Shoved him in the trash can.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Batman does a lot of questionable things to Robin in that issue.
I will agree. In this issue, there are a lot.
That's the beginning of it. I didn't even realize he shoved him in the trash can and threw him down the steps. That's nice.
Yep.
So the fight continues. Robin gets separated by one of the guys, and they go onto a railroad track, and Robin tackles him, but the guy gets up and specifically says to him, now you're gonna get it. Now you're gonna get yours. I'm gonna take a step back so I can get a better shot at you. And then he steps on the third round and electrocutes himself to death.
Yeah. Well, you gotta let the kid know. I'm gonna take one step back and get a better shot.
Yeah, that's not the narrator saying that. That is the guy narrating his own actions.
So's I can get a better shot at ya. That's what he says.
So, and then there's a little sidebar that says the first of the 4 fates has come to pass.
Oh my god, that guy said it was going to happen. Lightning.
But it's not lightning, it's electricity. Lightning strikes from the sky. That's lightning is different from the third round. He was electrified to death. There was no lightning involved.
When you're a fortune teller, you have to be very vague, or else your stuff's never going to happen right. You have to say lightning, meaning he could have got hit by a light pole, and they would have said that's lightning too.
You also have to understand the whole thing about the way these guys pull these predictions. They come from very old spirits that bring these things to you. So those old spirits don't know what electricity is. So they say lightning because they know it's electric.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that one. That was pretty good.
It's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. It's just...
Hey, you can call it whatever you want to. I'm just telling you.
Don't anger the spirits, TJ.
The only thing this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. They think it's going to happen, so they kind of put themselves in situations where it happens. Literally, each one of them puts themselves in the situation where the thing happens, where if they act normally, they would not be in those situations.
Do you know who says stuff like that?
Me.
People who don't believe it. That's what happens. See? They were saying the same thing. It's never going to happen like that. And look what happened to them. You know? The lightning got him.
I'm a non-believer in fortune tellers and stuff like that, but I do like the story. And I like your explanation of it. I like your explanation of it a lot. I like that. That was good.
I'm just saying, the older spirits can't tell the difference. They don't know what electricity
it's lightning.
is.
So how do they know about the third round and that it would electrify him?
They didn't know. They just knew that he was going to die by electric. And all they think of electric is lightning.
Right. They said lightning would get him. Because when that old spirit saw what happened to the guy in the future, they were like, I have no idea what this weird hat is that this guy's wearing. We don't know what these clothes are. But boom, he gets electrocuted. Yeah, the only thing they know about electricity is lightning.
If he got hit by a plane, they would have said a giant bird fall from the sky.
Correct.
Yeah, I got it. See? I like that. I like your theories. It's pretty good.
It literally says lightning will blast you down in your tracks.
And it did.
Yep. Wow, that guy's a good... That's a
shame
on the track. It's a shame that fortune teller couldn't tell that he was going to get killed.
Going into this comic, I knew this was going to happen. I knew exactly how this whole thing was going to go down.
Don't worry.
I went into a fortune teller's store one time. Like, they had a fortune teller on the one place I was working at. And I walked in and the lady said, "Can I help you with something?" I said, "Don't you know already?" And she got so mad at me.
Anyway, Batman gets shot in the back of the head.
No, it skims his head, but he does hurt. It does hurt him a lot.
It hurts him enough to knock him out.
Yeah. And it feels like a building fell on him. That's how bad it hurts him.
Yeah, well, that's Batman knockout number 29, by the way.
Does he get knocked out? Because he doesn't lay down.
Yeah, because Robin using smelling salts to wake his ass back up.
Oh, he is. You're right. I thought he was trying to give him like a candy bar. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it just says Batman dead. Not quite. For that bullet had only creased his scalp.
But it only creased his scalp, and yet it still managed to knock his ass out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we'll move on from that.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for that one.
The three guys are all freaked out now because, that the first prophecy came true.
Scary.
And it did.
But, and Batman and Robin can't seem to find them. But they hear over the radio that the other guy, the guy who's supposed to die by air, steals an airplane.
What a dummy. Why would he do that? Well, it wasn't air, was it?
The second guy was air. The second guy, air will choke from your lung. Will be choked from your lungs.
Air's going to be choked from his lungs.
Yeah. Air will be choked from his lungs. So he gets in an airplane where, the air, when you go higher, thinner air, even that's stupid.
I thought that was what was going to happen, too, when I was reading this. I did go back and look and see what his was, and I'm like, oh, he's going to go, too high or something, and he's going to choke the air out of him.
No, it's a lot darker than that.
Yeah, it is a little dark.
I thought this was the better of the four fates, anyway.
Yeah.
Batman is in the Batplane, and he's chasing this guy in the plane, and he climbs down on the ladder as, I guess, Robin's driving at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And
the boy maneuvers the Batplane until it hovers above the fugitive.
I don't think you can get your license at that age, but anyway. Batman jumps from his plane to the other guy's plane.
I don't know if they had licenses back then.
Especially for pilots, who knows? They were all drunk back then, too, aren't they? Ain't that why they called them pilot bottles? Because the pilots were all drinking and stuff on the
Yes.
plane?
I don't know. This guy hits Batman in the face with a fire extinguisher in the air in an airplane. I mean, I don't question it because I guess they would have to have fire extinguishers in a plane.
You would
guess
assume.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so he hits him with a fire extinguisher and then jumps out in a parachute.
Yeah. They would have parachutes too, so.
And then Batman and Robin land and they find him hung in the power lines.
Wait, you forgot Batman jumps back onto the Batplane.
Well, there's no pilot. Well, you know what? Why didn't he just pilot the plane?
Because the guy broke all the controls before he jumped out. Wrecking the controls and leaving a dazed Batman in a plummeting plane. So the plane was plummeting, and somehow Robin matched the speed of the plane and dropped the ladder down to Batman.
He's the boy wonder.
Yeah.
Well, it does say he plunges downward. The Batplane matches its breathless drop as the Batman recovers.
Yeah.
So apparently Robin's been taking a lot of pilot lessons too. So
yeah.
Anyway, this guy gets hung to death in his own parachute. I don't know how he managed to tangle the wires around his throat like that, but because I don't think parachutes work that way. If anything, if he would have hit the power wires, he would have been the one that got electrocuted.
Yeah, but I don't know if he did. I think just the parachute got tangled up, and then as he swung sideways, it got wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, he choked the life out of him.
It doesn't physically look possible, is all I'm saying.
Are you attacking the artist right now?
I'm attacking the entire story right now. Yes, I am.
Everybody attacking the artist right
everybody involved in the story I am attacking right now.
Listen, I didn't mind the story. Go ahead. I didn't mind the story, but I do have a problem with one of the panels of artwork later on.
So my question is, and this will actually go towards TJ's thing. How many strings do they have on these parachutes back then?
Thought that
he's like one of them guys. You know the guys you roll the parachute up and you throw it up in the air?
Yes.
It's like one
and they're always tangled because there's too many ropes.
That's how come he got hung. He had too many ropes on his parachute.
I kept looking and I'm like, there's 50 strings hanging.
At least.
No wonder he got choked to death. There's no way to get away from it.
I thought the same thing, but I didn't know enough about parachutes to think maybe that they needed that many at that time. I
don't know.
And I just kept my mouth shut about it. But
and that's the question. Maybe they did back then. I know now there's like 4.
4. Yeah, there's like 4 ropes.
Yeah, but there might be 50 on this parachute.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Anyway.
Anyway, back to the other two who are really, scared now because that's 2 of the fates that happen. The one guy's gonna wear a metal vest.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure he doesn't get shot.
But, never mind. And the other guy said he's going to a desert.
He's trying to not get killed by water. That's that guy's thinking.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so the guy calls Batman and says, come find me. And he anticipates that Batman will find him because, he's Batman. But
this is where I have a problem. When Nails calls Batman, did you see the panel in the middle with the red in the background?
Mm-hmm.
For one, his head looks like it's coming out of a hole shaped like his head, right? And his face is drawn awful. Like, it's not even proportionate. It's, like, weird shaped.
It does look like they forgot to draw the rest of the panel.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's really weird. He's holding a phone, and the background's red, and his head's just floating in the red, and there's shadow behind it. So it looks like his head's coming through a hole in the wall, shaped like his head.
It's almost like a portal closed as only that part of it got through.
It's weird.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no explanation for it at all.
That's what I wanted to bring up when you were attacking the artist. I got a little problem with that one there. That one looks really weird.
Because there's even like a shadow behind his head, but like
that's what I'm saying. The
neck.
shadow looks like a hole that he's sticking his head through.
But there must be another hole where his arm comes through the wall to grab his phone.
I guess. And in the word bubble, it says rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, and then down the wall it says it too, like somebody graffitied it on the wall.
I don't really understand that panel.
No, it's weird.
It doesn't even make sense.
Anyway, the third guy is using a Home Alone trick to try and stop Batman.
Yeah, he's electrifying a doorknob.
That apparently is not even enough to kill him because he tests it on one of his guys, and his guys is fine.
I kind of assumed that he tested it on the guy and then pumped it up when Batman came.
Oh.
Right?
I guess.
now, how Batman finds out is a little crazy.
Well, what's crazy is, so Batman finds out where he is, and he shows up to the thing. And he goes to the door, and he finds out that it's electrified because a fly gets in his face, and he swats it into the door.
And the fly, Batman's not only the world's greatest detective, he's also the luckiest man alive. Because the fly just showed up out of nowhere, and he swatted it into the doorknob and found out it was electric.
I mean, this never happened to you guys before?
I mean, no, I guess maybe flies hang around electrified doorknobs? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the heat draws the flies in.
Oh, is that why the bug zappers in the yard and stuff, they catch the bugs?
Yeah.
I see.
The heat and the light, it attracts them to it.
My God,
but
wow.
That's not even what happens here. Batman literally swats the thing and it perfectly swings to the doorknob. Like, I can't even, it's just the luckiest beat possible.
My problem isn't even with the fly. My problem is he never goes through the door.
No, he throws something on the door after that.
No, he always goes in through a window. Why is he going through the front door this time?
That's right.
You're right, TJ. You are
right on this one.
So he's going in through the front door instead of through one of the windows in the place, which makes no sense whatsoever to me. I don't. Anyway, he throws a metal pipe at the thing, which I guess this what's the word they use?
Shorts it out.
Short circuits it, yeah. And then Batman and Robin come. Well, the villain's plan was to electrify Batman and then have the other guys beat up Robin.
Oh, that's right, though. It wasn't supposed to kill him. He was supposed to grab the doorknob, and it was supposed to get stuck to it, and then they were going to shoot him.
Yeah, while the other guys handled Robin.
So why didn't they just wait till he opened the door and shoot him? Why did they need to electrify the doorknob?
I don't know. What? That's... So Batman and Robin come in, and then Batman punches the third guy in the heart so hard that it kills him.
No, it's even worse than that, TJ. He doesn't punch him in the heart and kill him. He punches him in the heart, and the bullet that the guy already had in his chest kills him.
Yeah, I know, but he had to punch him so hard.
Okay, I do understand why you have some problems with this comic now.
That counts as a kill, by the way. I added it. That's 49.
I mean, hey, you can count it for whatever you want.
It doesn't matter if he means to do it. He hit him hard enough to move a bullet inside his body.
All I can tell you is the Swami sources knew that bullet was already in that guy's body.
And they knew Batman was going to punch him so hard that it was going to kill him.
They knew.
Metal stopped his beating heart.
Metal will stop your beating heart. And it did.
Well, Batman just racked up his 49th kill. So
This sounds like a Twilight Zone episode to me. I wish I was on those.
Oh, man. Anyway, the third prophecy is done. But Batman is like, okay, we gotta go get to the last guy before he gets killed. We gotta go save the last guy, because this is getting ridiculous now.
And the dummy, they say right here that the dummy took a donkey and supplies to the Arizona desert.
Yep.
Right?
So wait, hold on. I just realized something. They're in Gotham, right?
Oh, right. Well, Batman's taking the Batplane to Arizona to save
but
his life.
how did he get there?
A donkey.
He got there. He rode a donkey all the way to the Arizona desert from Gotham.
I don't know.
Even if you're being generous with where Gotham is, that's still 4 states away.
Donkeys move pretty fast in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
They don't even go into it.
No, they don't even mention
I can tell you right now that the donkey can carry a lot of stuff.
Well,
but it can't do it fast.
Well, when you load your supplies to go into the desert onto a donkey, what is the first thing you make sure you have?
Water.
Not when it's going to kill you.
But
he didn't want it. He didn't want to bring it.
But my question is, why did he go to the desert in the first place?
Far away
Because there would be no water.
Right, but you're in Arizona. It's a landlocked state. You can just go to the city or one of those outreach trailer parks that they have there, and on the edge of the desert, and sit there. You didn't have to go wander into the desert and get heat stroke.
Are swimming pools and bathtubs,
buckets of water.
Buckets. You can drown in a spoonful of water, TJ.
Yes.
Well, apparently he can't drown at all because his downfall is that he doesn't have the water.
He didn't even bring water. This guy deserves everything he gets right now because
he dies of heat stroke.
The best thing for me...
Good.
What?
He should have brought, apple juice. Then he wouldn't have to worry about it.
The best part to me, though, when I read this was... It wasn't even that he didn't bring water because he was scared of water doing it. He forgot to fill the water.
Yeah.
That was the explanation was he forgot it.
Wait. How long was this guy wandering in the desert before he had heat stroke and got dehydrated and died?
3 panels.
Apparently.
1 hour.
3 panels. It was hot that day, TJ.
It was really hot.
And look how close the sun is on that one panel. The sun's right on the earth there.
It melts him.
In the panel before the last, it looked like Batman's proposing to Robin.
Yes, it does.
And they get in the bat plane, and they talk about the 4 of them are dead, just as Joffrey predicted. He can't figure it out, Robin says. Maybe it's just something we can't explain. It's a mystery even we couldn't solve. Shut up, Batman.
Why? There's certain things he can't solve. He doesn't know about fortune tellers.
Yeah, stupid fortune tellers. This one was stupid.
I didn't think it was that bad. I kind of liked it.
Other than Batman punching the bullet through that guy's chest, Batman technically wasn't really even involved in the... I guess with the airplane, he kind of was.
He's the one chasing them. If he didn't chase any of these guys, I think they would all still be alive.
Well, that's what they thought in the middle of the book. Somebody thought that Batman was trying to, it was Batman doing it.
No, they thought that Batman was the harbinger of the fates, essentially.
Oh, he's carrying it out for the...
Yeah. It's bad.
We've had
Yeah,
layers.
I know, but this is on the lines of the stupid giant one and the other fantasy ones that are ridiculous.
They were the best ones. They were the best ones. The giant one was great. The one where he walked into the storybook was awesome.
I agree. I like those.
It's just ridiculous like those. That's what my problem was with it.
You hate those.
Don't worry, because the next one has a whale in it.
The next one is the worst one, in my opinion.
I don't know yet. We're gonna come to a consensus by the end, but the next one's pretty bad. I mean, it might be the worst one. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind yet.
I like this one less than the first one. The first one I didn't have that much of a problem with. The white whale one was a little weird.
This one was weird.
The second story is called The White Whale, and it's 13 pages. Now, right away, I knew it was going to be like a Moby Dick story.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought too, but it gets way weirder than that.
Yeah, they go off the rails here.
Right off the bat, I hated it because I hate that story. I hate Herman Melville. He's an overrated writer. and I hate that book. I hate that book.
Tried to read that book. Oh, that's right. You audiobooked it and listened to the whole thing, didn't you?
I listened to it, the whole thing. I read it in high school, actually, and did a paper on it. And
I tried to listen to it on audio, and I don't need to know that much about whaling and stuff.
Well, my problem is there's like 3 chapters or 4 chapters in. There's just one chapter of a sermon, of a priest giving a sermon. And I was done. I was like, why? It's like 15 pages of a sermon for no reason.
Well, maybe someone knew you needed that. Maybe it came from above.
If I wanted a sermon, I'd go to church.
I'll be honest, I know nothing about that book. Never read it.
There's a lot of technical whaling in it that I wasn't appreciative of. Like I don't need to know that much about what ropes they use and all that other stuff. And it's very long before they actually get to the whale.
Yeah, it's like 6 chapters before they even get on the boat.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea. I mean, I guess I would check it out just because it's a historical thing, but I don't know anything about the story or the book. I know nothing.
I still like it because it's called Moby Dick.
Do they go into why it's called that?
No, I don't even know. Do they, TJ? You read the book twice.
They don't really go into it, but Moby is like a word for huge, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So big dick.
Yeah.
Huge dick.
It's just it's the name of a giant whale that they gave them. I'm not 100% sure. I was so infuriated the second time around, I kind of stopped halfway through.
So you didn't hate it the first time, or you did? You just didn't remember?
I'll be honest with you. The first time around, I don't think I read the whole book. I think I cliff notes it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of us did in high school. Yeah.
You're probably right. I did a paper in high school, and it wasn't that bad from what I remember. I remember nostalgically actually liking the book, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll check it out. And then I went through it again, and I'm like, there's a reason why I don't think I read this book.
So you liked the Cliff Notes, is what you liked?
Yeah, I like the overall story of it. Right.
It doesn't sound... The premise actually sounds good when you think about it. The premise sounds awesome, but the book was long and hard to read.
And the story of it's about obsession essentially, and a downfall of man consumed with one thing.
Yeah, he can't stop thinking about this whale.
So it's the pieces are there. It's just implemented wrong.
You know what? I just decided I like that book. It's my favorite book.
Good for you.
I've never read it, and because TJ hates it so much, I love it. I love it. It's an amazing book.
I think I actually own a copy of it somewhere.
Mail it to Lumpy and make him read it.
I will not read it. I won't. I can tell you right now. I'll be really honest. The only thing that upset me most about this, number 9, was how many words were actually in it.
Yeah, you always have a problem with the dialogue.
Too many words.
Yeah.
Too many. Unnecessary amount of words.
Alright, now that I spent 10 minutes complaining about Herman Melville, let's get into this proper.
I like Herman Munster.
I don't know him either.
He's from the Munsters.
I mean, I know what he's from, but I've never seen that either, so I don't
You never saw the Munsters?
Nope.
Oh my God.
He's the Frankenstein.
Yeah. My daughter's 14 years old and saw the Munsters. How have you never seen the Munsters?
Why would I watch the Munsters?
Why wouldn't you? It's awesome. And Rob Zombie's getting ready to put out a movie.
Well, he's going to ruin it.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it creepy.
Yeah, it's not going to be the Munsters.
But I'll watch it. Anyway, go ahead, TJ. Let's go. Move on.
Are you sure? Alright, so we open up, which I guess is not non-canon. I guess it's just a scene later on.
Maybe.
Where the white whale is splashing down on a boat and Batman's throwing a spear into its tail.
Yeah, I don't remember that happen. Oh, yeah, okay. He does, do some kind of whale wrangling.
Maybe it wasn't to this whale, though. No, it definitely
I was going to say,
definitely
it's
not
hard.
to this whale. Not to this whale. Because I remember what happened with the other whale. Which I called,
okay, yeah,
by the
so
way.
it's not canon. It's definitely not canon.
Yeah. I called that, by the way, 4 panels in, and I don't know why. I was like, I think this is going in this direction.
Well, that direction
I kind of did, too.
That direction reminds me of the 60s, Batman and Robin TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, we open up with a ship captain who was abusing his ship, what do they call his crew?
Mates.
His crewmates, whatever. And they all quit. They're like, we're not taking this from you. He has a 9 tails whip.
he's a total jerk, this guy.
Yeah, complete other jerk.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a $10,000 reward, though, for the capture of the White Whale, or the death of the White Whale. And the insurance company's the one putting up the money because they keep having to pay out their ships because the White Whale are insured. I guess they're insured from white whales.
I think they're just insured in general, and the white whales.
Right, the boats, they have boat insurance.
Yeah.
Anyway, the captain comes in and says, double the price and I'll get you a whale, even though no one will work with him. He said he'll get his crew one way or another. Bruce happens to be a board member on the insurance company, which is like the 6th member of a board he's on so far.
Yeah, I think he just, gets voted into stuff because he's got money. And then he shows up to a meeting once a month here and there. And I think that's all he does.
Because the last time we saw him, he was was on the board of a clock company.
That's right, he was on the board of a clock company.
So, he's just on random boards for story's sake.
I think rich people do that for tax write-offs and things like that.
Well, and I'm assuming that Bruce Wayne is the richest man in the world here, because he's the only rich playboy I know who actually does nothing other than sit on some of these boards. Because people do talk about how he has no job or nothing. So,
oh, yeah.
Even rich people are saying how he has no job.
Some of them hate him for it, too.
He must literally be the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly at this time, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the way it seems.
Anyway, Bruce has a bad feeling about the captain, and he tells Dick that they're going to get dressed up as sailors, I guess, and go go investigate.
All right, Dick, put on this pirate costume.
Pretty much.
Get your little sailor suit on and let's go.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bruce finds this sailor on the dock and who asks him for a light, and then he gets hit in the back of the head and gets knocked out and kidnapped by this guy. So that's Bruce knockout number 3.
Number 2, right? It's Bruce knockout. Okay.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne knockout number 3. I thought him getting knocked out would be a lot more story contrivances for him to get in his suit and stuff like that. He'd get knocked out in one place and then he'd come out around the suit. But no, It hasn't happened a lot. He just shows up in his bat suit for reasons a lot of the time.
Right. They like to knock Batman out more than they like to knock Bruce Wayne out. So
yeah. Anyway, so Bruce gets kidnapped, and so Dick stowaways onto the ship.
On the board?
Yes, onto the board.
Onto the board.
Anyway, Bruce wakes up. Dick is there, and apparently Bruce is not the only one who was kidnapped. This captain has kidnapped a lot of people.
A ton of people.
And they just take it. There's 2 guys here. There's 8 of them. Why are they taking orders from this guy?
He's got an eye patch, TJ. They're scary. People with eye patches are scary.
He's got an eye patch and brass knuckles, and he does beat up these 2 guys, but they outnumber him.
Well, that happens a lot, though. When those guys took over 9/11, took over the airplanes, we had one guy attack them, but a lot of, when you got somebody that's going to actually hurt somebody, people get scared.
They drew him pretty big, too.
And he's got an eye patch?
2 of them are Batman and Robin.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. What was I thinking? Batman and Robin fight enough people every day. You'd think they would be, let's just kick this guy's ass and be done with him.
Right. So
yeah, I agree.
And if one of those 2 attacked them, the other ones could jump in and they just overwhelm the one guy. I don't know.
It's not and then my analogy was bad, too, because it's not like it's on a plane where it can crash the plane. He's on a boat. He's not going to crash the boat in, so who cares? So you're right. You're absolutely right.
Anyway, Bruce has an idea. He's going to make sure his alter ego gets thrown overboard and is drowned so that he can come back on board so no one is suspicious that guy is Batman.
Even though he's not even Bruce Wayne, he's Jack Tar.
Yeah, who cares?
It doesn't matter.
No.
So somebody thinks Jack Tar is Batman.
Yeah, okay, so...
it doesn't make any sense.
Anyhow, the captain guy keeps on torturing people with his whip, but then Batman shows up and punches him in the face. Well, no, look, this is the weird part. Batman comes and punches him in the face, and then the rest of the crew start attacking Batman and Robin. Weren't they all kidnapped by this guy? They want this to happen?
They don't know it's Batman and Robin. Oh, yeah, they do know it's Batman and Robin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in their full gear now.
They did put their full gear on. No, yeah, I don't understand them.
And Robin slips on a bar of soap that gets thrown into the captain's mouth for some reason.
That was weird. Like, for one, why is there a bar of soap there? And for two, like, it went... Yeah, but it went straight into the captain's mouth.
Wait, but you scrub the deck with body soap?
It says soap right on it. I guess it's it's generic. When in the 40s, they only had all they have was soap. It was for everything.
Yes. I guess.
Anyway, the fight continues on, and then there's a whale, and then the guy pulls a gun and says, "Batman and Robin, get in the boat. We're going whaling." And then it says that, we're hunting a whale, and everyone's okay with it. We're going to do this. We're going to go kill this whale.
Well, yeah, they say once you start hunting a whale, everybody forgets about everything else.
Yes.
And then they proceed to go after this whale, and then Batman throws a spear into this whale and single-handedly kills this poor whale. For no reason.
It was going to eat them.
Well, I mean, there's a reason they do catch it, and they harvest the blubber.
Why is he helping the man that kidnapped him?
They were hunting whales. Once you start hunting whales, you forget about everything else.
I felt bad for the whale. I almost wanted to add this to the kill count.
If you do...
Then I knew I would have to count everything else. That's why I did.
Oh, yeah. I remember he killed all kinds of stuff in that one. There was like a murder. There was like a killing spree of animals in the one.
Yeah, and you won't give me the 2 dogs.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you can't have the whale.
They weren't real.
The whale is real.
Anyway.
This one.
So they get the poor whale back on ship and they start like gutting him and for whatever it is they do with whales. And Batman and Robin just work for this guy. They just do the work to the point where they're so tired that the captain punches Batman in the face because he knows he's tired.
Oh yeah, they just do blubber and stuff, right? Like they make the blubber. Batman and Robin, yeah, they go back and work for him.
Yeah, he says, I see. Batman says, I see. You work me till I'm too tired to stand, and then turn, and then goad me into a fight. Crafty sort of devil, aren't you? No, why are you working for him?
You came there as Batman and Robin to stop him from doing this, helped him kill a whale, worked all night, and now you're upset that he's going to punch you in the face? You deserve to get punched in the face.
And he gets punched in the face.
Well, so here's the thing. Batman has a reason to kill the whale. He's on the board for the insurance company. So if this whale is actually the one doing the damage to the ships, then he does have a reason for doing it.
But it's not the whale. It's not white. It's gray.
Well, it's yellow.
It's not the white whale that we see later.
No,
I agree, but they don't know that.
Yes, they're not colorblind.
Listen, I can't go by the artist's drawings colors. Do they call it a gray whale?
They didn't say it was a white whale. They just said whale. It's a whale, and they went about it. And later they specifically mentioned it's the great white whale.
All I'm saying is, there was a chance that this was the whale doing the damage to the boats, Bruce has a reason to kill it.
But they know it wasn't because they recognize it on sight later.
Well, this whale's dead.
This is true. Later they say there's the white whale.
Anyway, though, fight continues on, and Batman knocks out the captain. And the crew, and then the white whale crashes into the ship. And
Which is what it's been doing, and that's why they're out looking for it. Why didn't they just wait there for the white whale to crash into their ship and then go find them?
I don't know.
You're going to wait until the whale takes your ship down?
Well, I don't know how else you find them, right? Do you go look for a whale? Without sonar or anything?
That's why you go out and you kill any whale that you see. Just saying.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree now.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
I'm just saying, he has a reason he's losing money to these whales.
I don't care.
Yeah, but Batman is supposed to fight crime, not go out for Bruce Wayne's profits.
All right, now that makes sense. That I can understand if that's
right.
If you're going by Batman. But I'm just saying, Bruce is on the board for this thing. His money is in jeopardy, and back then, whaling was a big thing. They used whale for a lot of different stuff.
If you go back to those panels where he's sitting on the board, he looks like he doesn't even want to be there. I don't think he gives a shit about this.
I don't think so either.
He's there to stop the captain.
He's there. He's not there for the whale at all. That's why attacking the whale made no sense.
Yeah, he was just trying to get some criminal notches on Batman's belt, I think. I don't think he was actually out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Batman wanted to kill the whale, and he did it.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. The whale crashes into it, and the captain's knocked out, so the crew's like, put the captain in the boat. So now they're against him once he's unconscious and not attacking Batman and Robin. But when Batman and Robin object to just murdering the guy outright by feeding them to this whale, they're like, fine, you get in the boat too.
Yeah, they're bad people.
I think they deserve to get kidnapped at this point.
Yeah, at this point, they're like, well, because you're going to rat on us, then we're going to kill you too, Batman.
And that's another thing. They do say, we got to put you in the boat or else, because we can't have you going back and saying that we're mutineers. You were kidnapped.
Is that how it works? If you're kidnapped and the captain says you're on the boat and then you go against him, you're a mutiny?
I guess. That's what they're telling me in this comic.
Seems like, yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, ship captains have a lot of jurisdiction. And he could have married Batman and Robin.
That's actually not true. They never actually had that authority.
Really? Because that is on like old TV shows and stuff.
That's just a myth. That they actually never had the authority to marry people.
I'll give him the authority.
But Lumpy does. Lumpy has the authority to marry people.
I do.
I mean, it only takes like 30 seconds online to get a marriage to be able to marry somebody.
That's not the point. The point is, I have the authority.
Uh-huh.
You don't.
I don't want to.
It doesn't matter. I do. You don't.
Yeah, whatever. I could spend 5 minutes to go be just as, authoritative as you are.
Just saying, the ship captain could have married them.
Anyway, the whale is going to attack Batman and Robin and the captain on the ship, but then its eye opens up and there's a guy with a machine gun who starts shooting at them, and then it's like, all right, come aboard. He just invites them all on board.
Yeah, I don't know why he shot at him and then brought them all on board. Like, he didn't want to kill them or he did want to kill them? I didn't get that.
Well, so I think what would happen was when he would do this stuff, he would take the owner of the boat back with him. Because as long as the owner of the boat survived, that owner would get the money from the insurance company. And then they would split the profits. If the owner of the boat died, there's nobody to claim the insurance money.
He's wrecking the boats, taking the captain, making the captain split the insurance money with him.
Exactly.
So why would he do that? The captain's like, no way. You're taking half my money and I don't have a boat.
The guy actually is on the board for the insurance company.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either.
So I think they're in it together. What I don't understand is why he specifically decided to shoot these guys and then bring them on board, because when you want them dead, they know your whole plan.
Well, he wants to bring them on board and tell them the plan before he...
Apparently, yeah.
Well, and if they go for it, then he's good. If not, he kills them inside the sub.
Yeah. And people think he got eaten by a whale.
Yep.
But the whole submarine thing reminds me of the campy 60s Batman.
Yeah. And I called
series.
the submarine thing back.
Did you really?
Like the fourth panel in when Bruce was going under the sky. For some reason, I thought that this story is taking too many weird turns. I'm pretty sure the whale's going to turn out to be a submarine.
And I actually thought, as soon as they said whale was crashing into ships, I'm like, something's fishy here. So there's somebody's piloting this thing or something. So
yeah.
I see what you did there. Something's fishy.
You got the fishy.
Anyway, so they're all in the sub, but then something hits the sub and it starts to sink.
Yeah, but what? Did we ever find out what it was?
We find out later at the last panel. And but the insurance guy has a helmet, only one helmet, and he's gonna wait here and let them drown while he wears the helmet. But the captain's like, no, I'm not gonna drown. So he takes his gun and shoots them, and two of them shoot each other, and they both die.
And the captain pulls his gun and shoots him in the helmet. So now the captain can't use the helmet either, even if he lives. That's stupid.
And so Batman and Robin are going to drown, but they're like...
Yeah.
Again, 60s Batman TV series, I'm telling you.
I didn't even write this knockout down, actually. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Batman knocks him out.
Hold on, I didn't write that one down. I gotta change my numbers a minute here. So they realize that, the only way they're gonna get to the surface is by using the torpedo holds.
Now, do you think this would... I think this would kill a person, right?
I'm getting there. Hold on, let me explain what's going on.
Yeah. I was just saying,
So they're like, so we're gonna use the torpedo hole, but one of us has got to stay behind, and sacrifice ourselves so that the other one can get away. And Batman looks at Robin and says, "I know what you're thinking, Robin. You're not standing behind. I'm not." And he punches him and knocks out Robin and shoves him in the torpedo tube and shoots him out.
Batman wasn't sure either if this was going to work. I think.
That's exactly my point. He's like, I'll take my chances, because he opens up the door and just swims to the surface.
Right. He shoots.
That's what I didn't understand.
He shoots an unconscious Robin out of the torpedo hole. And then he swims out by himself.
I think he was trying to kill Robin there. He's like, this is a good opportunity. If I shoot him out of the torpedo hole, I can claim I was trying to save him. Maybe we'll kill him.
Right, it's a win-win. He's either dead or I'm a hero because he made it.
Right. So he knocks out Robin that's his 18th knockout, Robin. And they make it to the shore. And are rescued by the Coast Guard a few minutes later, who were the ones that bombed the submarine.
I do. Yeah, I see it now.
And the menace of the white whale is gone, and that's what matters. Sort of a whale of a story, wasn't it? It sure was, Batman.
Yeah, it
sure was a stinker.
Yeah, it was a Moby Dick.
Mm-hmm.
It was shit. I hated that one too.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I have to agree with you on that one. That one was funky. Like there was a couple swerves that were just dumb.
Yeah, it was like, what else can we throw in here to make this more stupid?
Yeah. Now it would have been cool if they would have gotten a submarine and it was like the Joker and the Penguin on the submarine. That would have been awesome. But it was just some insurance dude on the submarine.
It just didn't make sense. None of it really went. None of it really gelled together. It was all just kind of a jumble. So I wasn't impressed by it.
No. Well, let's get into the best story of this thing. As we go into the case of the rich with lawbreakers.
I thought you were skipping one. You said you were going to the best one. All right.
The case of the lucky lawbreakers.
I disagree with it being the best one.
No, you're both wrong. This is the best one.
Well, only because
there's
the
a
Joker's
chance.
I'll give it to you.
If the Joker wasn't in this one, there's a chance this would be the worst story in the book.
Possibly, but you can say that about any story with a Joker in it.
True. The Joker makes the story. And that's why he's still around to this day. From the 40s.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So, we have a non-canon splash page of a giant Joker sitting on a throne with jewels and gold and stuff as tiny Batman and Robin climb up the back of it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Were they, I don't know.
Nothing.
Why are they climbing?
Is Batman trying to catch Robin?
He might be.
No, I think
don't really.
I think there's a rope and Batman's trying to shake it and knock Robin off.
No, I think Batman threw him up there.
Oh, okay.
Too.
That's possible.
Anyway, so this doesn't make a lot of sense if we follow continuity's sake, because this is following continuity from the last time he was in Batman, but the last time we see Joker was in Detective Comics, which did not follow this.
Didn't he get locked up?
And but he was locked up in the last Batman too, and then suddenly he was just out in Detective Comics. And at the end of that, he was locked up too. So.
Yeah, I kind of feel like every start of the Joker stories, he's breaking out of somewhere or coming back from the dead.
Right, which was normally what happens, but in that one Detective Comics we read 2 weeks ago, that didn't happen. He was just there. He was out of prison already.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't go into how he got out or what. He was already free.
He broke out.
Which made no sense.
Maybe this one comes before that one then, because at the end of this one, he doesn't get locked up.
We thought that that last one was maybe a side story that they just had in the can.
Oh, right.
So they just threw it in. All right, let's get into this proper. We start off with a figure climbing down a giant wall on a rope, and the guards think it's a duck.
Yeah, it's a duck. They're like, oh, that sounded like a man jumping into the water. Oh, no, there's a duck.
Because a duck would be out in the middle of the ocean this far out.
In the middle of the night.
Swimming around. And the Joker apparently built this duck mask in...
crafts. Arts and crafts.
Yeah, in the arts and crafts section. Should have never let me work in the tool shop, he says.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bruce and Dick are walking through the streets and they see, hey, there's a movie happening The March of Crime presents the conflict between the Batman and the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what? You didn't tell us who was in that last one, Uncle Chris.
Or the one before that. Did you want to know?
I mean, we usually do it.
I guess we could do it then. Let me get back to where it was. The first one, The Four Fates, had Batman, Robin, Gotham City Police Department, and Commissioner Gordon and Jeff Fear. I guess it says only appearance dies. That's the
Swami.
The Swami. The antagonists were Albert Slick Dandy, John Mousy Meggs, Mortimer Brains Brennig, and Pete Nails Logan. They all got full names, and they all died. And then the other characters were Fritz. All right, yep. And then the one... Or did you have anything left for that one, TJ?
Gotham City location, Batplane vehicle.
Yeah, I got that too. I didn't know.
What about the Arizona desert?
It doesn't say any of that stuff. Moving on.
I mean, they were in it.
You got to add that? You want to add it?
Yes, that's a location.
So all I got for the next one is the White Whale. I got Batman and Robin, and then it says antagonist, Captain Burley and Mr. Radney, and they both die. That's all I got. And then the locations, it says Gotham City. It doesn't say anything about the whale or the submarine or any of that stuff. So
yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I brought that up because we're watching a movie. Apparently, it's 3 panels of the past of the Batman and Robin. Like the first one's supposed to be his first appearance and stuff like that. And according to the fandom page, these were taken from Batman number 1, 7, and 8.
Okay.
But I don't recognize some of these scenes.
No.
Like, I don't recognize the scene at the bottom with the Joker being put into jail or Commissioner Gordon handshake thing here.
I mean, I feel like I've seen that Commissioner Gordon handshake more than once, but Robin cheesing at the camera.
Anyway, they watch the movie and they compliment each other about being in the movie. But then suddenly there's a lottery happening? Is that what this is?
There must be some kind of giveaway going on at the movie.
It's called Winnow. It's called Winnow. And they have a $10,000 prize and 2 crooks that just got out of jail. One $5,000 apiece.
So $10,000 is a lot of money in 1942, isn't it?
I would assume so.
Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah.
It's a lot.
So, but Bruce thinks this is weird, so him and Dick get dressed up as Batman and Robin and decide to go investigate in the back, I guess. Oh, this is after they hear that the Joker has escaped. Right. They found a dummy in his cell this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, they find... And nobody... I guess they waited till morning to check everybody's cells, even though there was a giant loud duck in the ocean. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the police and the army in this are incompetent, so why not the guards, too?
Makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, we do learn later that Arkham Asylum has the worst guards in the world, too, so it makes sense.
Well, wouldn't you put the worst guards in, like, a high problem jail where you have all the, like, super criminals? Wouldn't you put, like, incompetent guards there?
Yes.
Apparently, yeah. So they can get out and Batman can stop them again.
Right. Batman will get bored. If they just kept everybody in Arkham, what's Batman going to do?
Exactly. Anyway... Batman walks in on the Joker trying to kill a guy, I guess.
Isn't he always trying to kill a guy?
He has a less body count than Batman does at this point.
So far, yeah. I think we're going to get a little more later in the years.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But there's a fight, and, Joker, as usual, beats the crap out of Batman and Robin and gets away. And that's it. He just gets away.
Yeah, they just kind of give up. Like, he hits him with a bag or something. What is that thing he hits him with?
I think it's like a stage bag that's hanging, that usually from stages.
And that's it.
Well, they're the things that lower move the curtain. It's the weights.
Okay. So they hit him with that. He hits him with that, and they just let him get away after that. They don't even bother chasing him after that.
Yep.
And then we cut over to a week later, and apparently the Joker sent a note to the cops saying he was going to rob a bank. And sure enough, he's outside trying to sell toy clowns, and he looks exactly like the Joker, and no one recognizes him as the Joker.
Yeah, and later they say he takes his makeup off and he's the Joker. It's so weird.
He's not in costume. Like, he has a white face, green hair, everything.
Yeah. Anyway, this little clown's a bomb, and he blows up the bank wall, and he just steals the money, gets in his car, and they drive away. Batman and Robin chase him on motorcycles. And they say that the Joker blocks the road, but it doesn't show what he blocked it with, and they jump off their bikes and let their bikes crash as they grab onto a tree.
That devil has blocked the road.
And the Joker gets away again.
Yeah, I don't know what they crashed into because it does not show us.
No.
Anyway, the next night, we find out that the Bolo is giving away $10,000?
$20,000.
$20,000 to a lucky person that they call. And look at that. It happens to be another crook who just got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's really weird, huh?
Yeah, sure seems that way. Anyway, the Joker keeps robbing banks, and Batman's like, I know what he's doing. These people are getting to robbing the banks, and he's setting it up so that the crooks can win their stolen cash back, so it's legit.
Yeah, and all the prizes are the exact same amount of money that's missing from the banks.
Yeah, and it's still stolen money, whether or not it was given away in a thing. It's still not legitimate.
Like, they should have to, say where the money came from for the raffle, you would think, right?
Yeah, even in 1942, I'm sure money still had serial numbers.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I guess, do they have to claim where the donations come from?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Like in a raffle, if you got a donation for that, do you have to claim?
But my point is, if you got a 10,000 donation and the bank was just sold for 10,000 donation, you would think someone from, the Treasury Department would be like, what are the serial numbers on that money?
Yeah, this is a little strange.
Yeah, but that means that the cops are going to track the serial number.
No, I said the Treasury Department, not the cops.
Well, who's going to go there? The Treasury Department's not going there.
Well, I'm sure I think they have their own agency people that investigates that stuff.
Well, they're incompetent too.
Just like doesn't the mail have their own?
Yes, there's postal inspectors that actually have more jurisdiction than regular police.
Yeah, they have a focus. They just focus on mail crimes and stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
And I think the Treasury Department has their own version of that. That just focus on. Oh, actually, you know who else? Maybe it was the Secret Service that also takes care of that stuff. Now that I think about it,
I always thought it was the FBI, but I don't really know, so I can't say.
Yeah, I know they have their own dedicated thing to it, so it'd be some. It's not the incompetent basic cops of the GCPT, is what I'm saying.
There is a police department called the United States Treasury Police. Was the Federal Security Police of the United States Department of Treasury.
Well, there you go.
Responsible for providing police and security to the Treasury Building and the Treasury Annex. So,
well, like I said. Anyway, Batman figures out and tells Commissioner Gordon, but Commissioner Gordon can't make anything stick because the Joker has threatened all the people and they won't talk.
Right.
So, whatever. I'm not even going to get into the logistics. They're just going to get killed by Joker anyway.
Yeah, it's the Joker. We got to suspend disbelief for the Joker anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Batman comes up with a plan. They put a news ad in the paper that the Joker's dead. And the Joker's like, I'm not dead. I'm right here. All right. I guess I'll go identify the body. It would suit me that I'm dead. And so he shows up, and sure enough, it's a trap. And he says, a trap. And he runs out and says, it's a trap.
It's a trap!
He jumps out a window, gets in his car. Wait, no, he doesn't. Yeah, he does. Gets in his car. And his car is equipped with sleep gas and knocks out Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and that trap stinks, by the way. Oh, we're going to trap you. Oh, nobody thought to stop him from jumping out that window.
Yeah, they're not Batman and Robin aren't very good at their jobs either.
Their traps stink. People always get away, well, Joker always gets away from their traps. And it gets them kidnapped and trapped.
Robin's not even there.
Well, Robin's knocked out. Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's not in the room with the trap.
But he's not in there.
Somehow...
He's not in there for the trap. But then somehow,
well, maybe he was waiting in the Batmobile.
Maybe
Batman said, "Stay in the car, Robin, this time."
Yeah, because it's just Batman and Commissioner Gordon, and neither one of them do anything to stop the Joker from jumping out a window.
Batman's like, Robin, stay in the car. I want all the credit for this one.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, this is Batman knockout number 30 and Robin knockout number 19.
Wow.
And then the Joker puts them in a giant hole and puts a 2-ton slab of rock on top of them.
Concrete,
hold on.
Rock.
Before that, Joker tells a joke, and Batman said, "Funny, isn't he?" And then Robin said, "Yeah, he kills me." Come on, that's a good pun.
Oh, I forgot to mention it. There was a joke, Robin, a pun he made on the ship.
Oh, that's right. And Batman said that was a bad joke or something like that.
That was a bad pun.
Yeah, he does tell him it was a bad pun.
He was like, it's a bad pun. He's like, I'm ashamed of you, Robin. And that was a bad pun. Joke. And I'm like, I'm thinking, Batman, how many bad puns have you made throughout the whole...
A lot.
You have no way of talking about Robin's bad puns. Yeah. So, Robin hits one of the guy with a water pail, and he says, Mister, you look rather pale. And then Batman says, ow, what a bad pun. Robin, I'm ashamed of you.
That's what it is. You look pale. And he hit him with a pail.
I was like, Batman, you came up with way worse than that. Shut up.
Definitely way worse than that.
Anyway,
so we were up to the 2-ton rock that they're putting on top.
Scrolling back down. So Batman and Robin are buried alive, essentially. And then this plan is so ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
No. So they have to... It weighs 2 tons, this rock.
Well, it doesn't say exactly how much it weighs, does it?
Well, I'm sorry, no. It says a ton heavy slab. It's 1 ton.
Okay, ton.
It weighs a ton. A literal ton.
2,000 pounds.
Yeah. So Batman and Robin... Well, Batman says, we just gotta lift it like a 1/4 of an inch up.
Right.
That looks like that thing went deep down because they're like have to crawl down, so it's in there way larger than a 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah, they're kind of squished down in there.
Yeah, so that thing is not down a 1/4 of an inch, but just for argument's sake, say it is only 1/4 of an inch. They get it up a 1/4 of an inch, and then they put silver pens that they just happen to have on them into the slot so they can roll the slab off. And they say this is an engineering trip, except it's 2,000 pounds. It's going to snap those pens regardless.
They're silver pens.
And did they
it says they're silver pencils.
Yeah, those would break without anything. This plan is stupid.
So wait, I'm confused. What would they break on?
The weight of the slab will break the pencil right in half, or it would shoot up and lodge in. It wouldn't hold up the 2,000 pounds of slab.
I mean, I just don't this is what I didn't get was, what was it rolling on? Because 2,000 pounds would push that little pencil right back into the dirt.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't do anything.
Exactly. But
regardless, it doesn't work.
Listen, it worked. I just saw it work.
Anyway, they roll this ton slab of rock off and get out. And the Joker's rightly surprised that they got out, which, he's got a utility belt. Doesn't he have like a shovel? Couldn't he just dug his way out? Why do they have to go this way?
Because it worked.
You guys thought it was bad that the people didn't attack the captain on the ship. And now they lifted a 1-ton rock and rolled it with silver pencils.
Wait, who didn't attack the people on the ship?
You were saying about how bad the last story was because the 5 guys didn't gang up on 1 guy. And now now we're talking about this. This is way worse than that story. Because 2 of those 5 guys were Batman and Robin. And I agree. But you made it sound like, well, that story was so dumb because they didn't do this. And you said this story was better than the last story. It was. This one doesn't have a mechanical whale submarine. It has 2 mechanical steel pens that roll a 2,000 ton rock. Yeah, but at least they attempted bad science with this. They thought about the architecture around it. They didn't think about anything in the last one.
I'll tell you the difference.
Real.
This one had a Joker. If you switched it with the Joker in the whale, that one would have been better.
Now I agree. That's what I said. That's it. The only thing that makes this story better is that it's the Joker.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, the Joker is rightfully surprised that they got that because they shouldn't have been able to get out of that hole.
Yeah.
But they did. And
Batman and Robin just beat them up, and Batman knocks the Joker in front of a moving train.
Yeah, he tries to kill the Joker.
If that wasn't the Joker, that guy would be dead. It's only because he's the Joker he's still alive.
Yeah.
If that was some random mobster, they would have killed him off.
It would have said only appearance dies in the synopsis. Yeah, you're right.
And they're like, oh my god, is the Joker dead? And then the Chain Prince is like, no, he's gone once again. But he'll show back up. He always does.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the best story in this thing, but it wasn't that good either.
I
Worst
don't know. I like
Joker
the next
story
one.
ever.
But we had featured characters, Batman, Robin, supporting characters, Commissioner Gordon, antagonist, the Joker. And then we got some names here for no reason because they're single appearances, but Mont Wiley, Nick Basie, and Trigger Tom. Did you catch any of those names while that was going on?
Those are the guys that won the money.
Ah, that's who that is. Gotham City Police Department. And then we had headquarters in Wayne Manor. And the items, it says utility belt, but I guess that's where he got the silver pen from?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he says he has the pens in his belt.
Ah, he had two.
Actually, they were silver pencils.
Yeah, silver pencils. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. But
I have no idea. That made no sense to me at all. Makes no sense.
Anyway, on to Christmas.
yeah, here we go. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's 13 pages long, and we open up with a postcard, apparently.
Yeah, it's a nice Santa's there, Christmas tree.
It's two random people,
Yeah, guy holding a kid in footy pajamas. Well, no, pajamas and slippers.
and they're all just posing for the camera, looking at it. It's a Christmassy postcard, is that first thing.
Yeah.
We truly open in, I guess, a department store because there's no background to tell me anything.
Yeah, we got no backgrounds in this whole first page.
It's just colors in the background. One's orange, one's green. Anyway, they're shopping, I guess, for presents for Christmas. I don't know.
Bruce loses Dick in the crowd. That's real nice, too, by the way.
Well, Dick can hate himself, so... But, so they're shopping and stuff. But Bruce wants to go to the orphanage to make sure the gifts that he bought for the orphans have made it there.
Yeah.
And apparently they have. And then we get really shitty orphans.
I was going to say, this one orphan's a real asshole.
He's saying that Santa's not real and that his dad is dead.
Yeah, your dad's never coming back, and you're just as bad as the rest of us, and you suck.
Because the kid's like, no, I do have a dad. He just went away on a long trip. I don't know where he is. And he's like, no, he's dead. So Santa's not real. You're stupid. And they were like, why don't you write a letter to Santa and have him bring your dad back? And he's like, fine, I will. And then he hands the letter to Bruce, like deliver it to Santa, or mail it to Santa. And Bruce, this is one of Bruce's side things when he suddenly cares about something all of a sudden.
Right, he's going to show a little compassion.
Yeah, so he's going to make sure that this kid's dad comes back. Even because apparently the dad is in prison and he says
for
he's
murder.
Insane. For murder, yes.
Yeah.
For life. He's in prison for life, and Batman, but he claims that he is, Batman believes him because this kid said so, I guess.
And it's Christmas, that's why.
And it's Christmas. And I guess he just doesn't have anything better to do, so...
yeah, he's like, I wanted to put my bat suit on anyway, so let's go find out what's going on here.
Pretty much. So I guess the Commissioner Gordon...
Also the kid's name is Tim, by the way, for Christmas.
Oh,
Tim Cratchit, his name is.
Yeah, I know. So we go to Commissioner Gordon, and this is where we find out the prisoner is named Bob Cratchit.
Right, he's Bob Cratchit. The guy worked for Mr. Scrooge, and his poor kid... And then he got arrested.
This is stupid.
He worked for Mr. Scrooge. Scrooge wasn't paying him enough money. Then he goes to jail for murder.
This is Christmas.
It's a shame.
Whatever. This is stupid.
I like it.
I don't.
This is my number 2.
This is my number 1.
Anyway, Batman goes to visit this guy in the prison, and he's like, I don't know why you'll believe me, but I'll tell you. I was telling my kid that Santa is real, and that he will get the scooter that he wants. So I go wander in the middle of the night and see the scooter and a thing, and decided I'm just going to go steal it.
Yeah. Well, what's he going to do?
But I'm going to pay for it later.
Yeah. He's an okay guy.
So he goes in through the back and sees that a guy's trying to break into a safe, I think.
Yeah,
he's got like a welding thing going on, and he's going into a safe, it looks like.
Anyway, but this guy had already killed the guard. Yeah. But so he knocks out the dad, and when the dad wakes up, the cops are questioning him, and so he tells them who did it, and they go to the guy, and he says, "Oh no, that guy's broke. He's staying with me," and then he steals my gun and shoots that guy, and they just believe him, and then they lock him up for life and throw him in prison.
So who has the money?
What money?
Yeah, what money?
The money that was stolen out of the safe.
It wasn't. I don't think they got through. Yeah, it was like in the middle of it.
Yeah, that guy interrupted them, I think, and then there was a fight, and I think then the cops showed up.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Anyway, the dad's like, yeah, I didn't do it, I swear. And Batman's like, I believe you. But he also knows who this guy is, who is apparently framed him. And so he's going to go do it. But the guy gets a call from a crooked police officer warning them that he's coming. And so Batman shows up at the guy's doorstep, and there's a Santa there ringing a bell. Apparently the bell is code that the Batman is here. I don't know how you do code with a bell like that, but okay.
I think just him ringing... I don't know how he told him it's Batman, but I think him ringing the bell was supposed to tip him off that someone was there. But it looks like the bell says the Batman is here.
Yeah, well, I thought he was yelling it. At first, I thought he was saying, the Batman is here, the Batman is here. I was like, why isn't Batman stopping him?
Yeah, just punch him in his face. Well, it's Santa. You can't punch Santa in the face.
Oh, is that what it is? Anyway, he goes up to him, and Batman's like, I know you did it. And he's like, yeah, I did it. Why are you admitting to it? Just say, you have nothing on me. Go away, Batman. Because Batman has no proof at this point. He shows up to this guy's house and just accuses him of murder.
Right.
He has no evidence, no nothing. And the guy could have just said, go away or I'm calling the cops. Instead, no, he pulls a gun on him and says, alright, yeah, I did it. And then there's a fight happens.
Right.
And then, so they're fighting, and then one of the guys is about to knock out Robin, but Batman throws a pillow.
Yeah, well, I don't understand this one thing right before he gets to the pillow. It says nimble brain Robin. What does nimble brained mean?
Quick thinking.
Is that what he says? Is that what it's supposed to mean? Because it didn't sound right. And then he makes good use of a hanger, apparently.
Yeah, quick thinking to use the hanger.
I got you. Yeah, and then the guy's going to whap him, and Batman throws a pillow from across the room and stops it. So,
which I don't buy, because they go out real easy from getting hit in the back of the head. I think even through the pillow would have knocked Robin out.
The pillow may have knocked Robin out, because they do. Yeah. They usually do go out pretty easy.
Anyway, but these guards are pretty good, because they do end up knocking out Batman and Robin.
Well, that's the thing. Like 3 books fall on Batman's head, and that knocks him out.
Yeah, and then Robin gets smacked in the face, and he gets knocked out. Yeah, so, Batman knockout 31, Robin knockout number 19.
You said 19 last time, didn't you?
No, it was 18 last time.
Okay.
And then, the villains make the biggest mistake that everyone makes.
They don't know about his superpowers. They don't know.
These walls are so slippery, they'll never get out.
It doesn't matter. They're unconscious, and they go and they throw them in a water tower full of cold water.
Cold water, that's their their power up. They get thrown in cold water, wakes them right up.
Wakes them up.
Yep.
But now apparently they're trapped in this water tower.
Now, it's Christmas and there's snow on everything. Get thrown in the water. I'd be more worried about hypothermia than drowning.
Yeah, and you can also argue that maybe that water could be frozen, but my question is... Go ahead.
Maybe the bat suits are like swimsuits, like the scuba suits where it keeps you warm. Maybe.
That's possible. Yeah. But my question is, he's got his utility belt on. Doesn't he have, he keeps sharp things in his... Couldn't he cut his way out of there?
Yeah, you would think so. Or the grappling hook, maybe shoot it up into the ceiling. I don't know if he shoots it, though. He's still throwing it, isn't he? He doesn't shoot it out of nothing.
But even though he's, you could at least make a hole in it so it drains or something.
Well, he's got a better idea.
He hasn't used his acid pellets in a long time.
True. He's probably got an abundance of acid pellets.
So, the question of the temperature of the water, where does the water come from?
Oh, they explained that.
Yeah.
It is the water for the housing development there for when they take showers. It goes in and out.
So it's pumped there from the water treatment plant, sits in the water tower, and then it's used from there.
Yes.
For everything in the apartment complex or whatever it is. Hotel, whatever it is.
Exactly. So Batman clouds the one so it can't come in. So that now they have to hope that people take showers.
Somebody has to use water.
But it's not like he plugged a drain. He's used his cape and plugged a pump from pumping water. Don't you think it would just blast his cape right out eventually?
Yes. Okay. But, it's Batman's cape, so.
It's a rubber cape or something. Yeah.
But it would blast it immediately.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
At some point during the fight, the guy got ink on his face, and so he washes it off and leaves the sink on.
No, he said...
no.
Does he leave it on?
Yep. Unwittingly, in his haste, Hal Fink has let the water running from the sink.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that is the story.
Okay. He did. He left the water running. I mean, you couldn't just say people were using the water in the whole thing.
You could have, but they didn't.
They got to blame it on Hal.
Left the water running in the sink.
Yep.
So 17 hours later, the water would have dropped like a quarter of an inch.
Right, it's just the sink. That thing's feeding the entire building, and it's just the sink running.
That is their explanation. Hal left the sink running, and that's what made the water go down.
And so that Batman can lift Robin up to open the door. And here's another thing. I don't know a lot about water towers, but don't they have, like, ladders inside in case things like this happen?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
And I'm not positive that there's just, like, a random door, because it's got to be watertight, doesn't it?
That's fair, too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
Maybe not in the 40s. Let's just go with that.
Okay. I don't know. This whole issue has a lot of, like, technical problems, like explaining things.
Well, maybe they put the ladders in after this happened.
Maybe.
Batman made them.
Because this is what taught them how to fix it.
Batman went to the safety offices and it's like, you need to install ladders in your water towers because I couldn't get out when I was trapped in there.
He's on the board for the water towers.
Yeah, that's exactly what. He's like, we need to install ladders in every water tower. Anyway, they go after the bad guy, and they run into Santa with his bell ringing again, who's warning them that the Batman is here again. And then Batman and Robin go and throw snowballs at the goons, and there's a big fight.
Yeah, a stupid snowball fight.
And then they capture the guy, and then the guy here says, you don't have anything on me. And they don't. So they question him for a little while, and they're like, all right, well, if you're not going to admit it, we're going to take you to the scene of crime. Is that what they do? Then they take criminals to scenes of crimes?
Yeah, we're going to take you to the scene of crime and make you look at it. And now you look at it, and then you're going to tell us.
Right. And not only that, but this happened a year ago, this crime. The whole crime scene's different at this point, you would think.
You would think. Well, maybe there's like memories there, or, ghosts.
There's a ghost there.
Apparently. Anyway, not only that, they give the guy a gun.
What?
They give him a gun and say there's real bullets in it and all because they're making it realistic. I'm like, even if it's the bullets are fake, you're still giving this guy a gun.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I didn't realize that they handed him a gun and said, there's bullets in here just in case.
Yeah.
Well, they gave him a gun and a acetylene torch.
Just like that night. Yeah, but I don't see the safe anywhere.
No, I don't see the safe.
I mean, they give him the torch. He can just turn that on anybody and burn them to death.
Yeah. Maybe it's not a real torch either. They just don't tell him.
Anyway, the guy that he killed, Ghost, shows up.
Yeah. It's scary, right?
Yeah.
It's the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, it sure is. Let me tell you. Anyway, the guy...
I don't understand. So the ghost shows up, right? And then everybody else pretends like they don't see the ghost? Is that what's going on?
That's what's happening, yes. They pretend they don't see him. Okay. And so it's starting to freak him out because he's an idiot, and he starts shooting the blanks at the ghost because it's actually not real bullets in it, and say, I'll kill you again in the midst to the murder.
Oh, because he said again.
Yep.
It worked.
So wins.
The classic thing happens right here is, so Batman takes the mask off, right?
Yeah, he's the ghost.
And he's got Batman underneath the mask. He's got ears. It's so weird when he takes something off and he's in his batsuit underneath of it.
Right, he's a different shape than what the thing is that he was wearing.
He's a master of disguise.
It doesn't make sense.
Anyway, so Christmas is saved. He admitted it. But the stupid cop right next to him, next to the crook, just lets him take the gun out of his hand.
Yeah.
Like, give me that.
Yoink! Give me that gun. Yoink!
Yep, and takes the gun, points it at Batman, but there happens to be a shovel right in front of the guy. Just so he can hit the shovel and knock the gun out of his hand. Where the shovel came from, I don't know. Why it's there.
I didn't see it around. They're lucky no one tripped over it because no one noticed that shovel until Batman stepped on it.
Exactly.
Someone could have got hurt.
Anyway, Batman gives the crook a Christmas gift by punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, Batman threatens the Santa that was warning the crook that he's going to be a good Santa to these orphans that are shits that are still picking on this kid.
Little bastard orphans.
And the kid's dad shows up. And Santa shows up. And everyone has a good time. It's a Merry Christmas.
Except
and
Robin.
then we're getting to that point. Hold on. I have something to say about that point, too. Anyway, but the crook Santa's like, yeah, when I finish my time, I'm going to go straight. And Batman's like, I hope you're telling the truth because I got you out on parole because that's how that works.
Yeah, Batman can do it. Well, he's with the police now, so.
Yeah, so it's a Christmas miracle. And everyone's having a good time, but Robin's sad because he doesn't have a Christmas party. And so they go, he takes them to Commissioner Gordon's. And inside, Robin gets a party that consists of himself, Batman, Commissioner Gordon, and Batman's girlfriend.
Yeah, that's it. And he's happy about it.
Yeah, and that's a shitty party, for one thing. And two, why is Bruce Wayne's girlfriend with Commissioner Gordon?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not positive.
That's what I was getting to. Does Commissioner Gordon know now that it's Bruce Wayne?
I don't think so. Why Linda Page was offended, why she is at this party for Robin makes no sense either.
Yeah, she don't know he's Batman.
Right. So if they showed up as Bruce and Dick, it would make sense, but they show up as Batman and Robin.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So he gets a shitty party with three old people.
He's an orphan. He don't know any better.
And that's that. Oh, actually, I will admit that Batman does give a little speech about Santa being real, and it's really just, the spirit of Christmas and people buying
I didn't like
presents.
this. I didn't like, I liked the story, but this part bothered me. Comic books were pointed towards children at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robin says this is almost does make me believe in Santa Claus, even if I do know he isn't real. Well, bullcrap, Robin. You shouldn't have said that. Now you got kids thinking real. Santa's not real.
Right.
He is real.
That's fair.
Santa.
I did like Batman's little speech about it, though.
Batman's speech was good. Robin needs to shut his mouth.
Yes,
and
you're right.
For any kids that are listening, it's real. And don't listen when we say curse words. Okay.
Yes. Santa is real. I am 100% sure of that.
Yeah.
And
we know because we said
our curse words.
We know because we said curse words on this podcast one time and didn't get any Christmas gifts. So Santa is real. Just so you know.
I mean, he's definitely real in the DC universe. He shows up as a character.
Yeah. So how is Robin even saying that, little jerk? He's sticking with them orphans.
He wasn't shown the truth yet.
Well, Robin is an orphan.
Well, so is Bruce Wayne.
That's true.
Anyway, so Batman, Robin, Lyndon Page, and Commissioner Gordon all face us and say, and so, as Tim observed, God bless us, everyone, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
That's the, the Christmas Carol ending, and God bless us, everyone.
Uh-huh. Yes,
yep,
I know.
Tiny Tim,
Kane.
Bob Cratchit. Yeah, we're good. Bob Kane writes Merry Christmas in his signature.
Merry Christmas.
Outside of the 4 references that had nothing to do with the Christmas story.
Yeah.
And
it was
good. It was ridiculous, too. Why?
It gave me a Christmassy feeling. I liked it.
A Christmassy feeling in March when this was released for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, it's the end.
Christmas.
Maybe they figure people read them slow. And you get it in March, it's the last story, so maybe you didn't read it until Christmas.
Oh, so what about the next 3 issues that are already out by then?
Read those after Christmas.
The next whole year. You got to get March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
Whatever.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. All right, so what do we have?
The 4 Fates was the best.
Okay, I like the Christmas one the best.
Then
the
Christmas
Joker.
was number 2.
Then the Joker.
Then the Joker.
Then the 4 Fates, and then the stupid whale one was definitely last.
The whale one was definitely last. So we can agree on the whale one.
The whale one was last only because the Joker was in the other one.
Right. But I like the Joker one.
Joker was number 3 for me.
You have no taste. That's why you like PSAs.
4 Fates. 4 Fates was number 1. I used to like PSAs until you made me read your PSA, and now I'm traumatized by PSAs.
I taught you a lesson, didn't I?
And we learned about asthma, too. We learned about asthma.
We did learn about asthma.
So the featured characters were Batman and Robin. Supporting characters, Gotham City Police Department was a character, I guess. Commissioner Gordon. And then we had Timmy and Bob Cratchit. And then the antagonist was Hal Fink. And then other characters, it just says Linda Page. And for no reason at all, she was there.
I know what's funny about that? We haven't seen her in a while.
No, we haven't even talked about her in a while. You're right.
Yeah, I guess she's just still there as his girlfriend.
Maybe she's hooking up with Commissioner Gordon.
maybe. Apparently, she's hanging out with Gordon.
For no reason.
I know this is probably before all that was invented, but Commissioner Gordon does have a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
One of them's Batgirl.
Right, eventually. Whoa, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever.
Damn it, TJ.
You ruined
it. Yeah, I did. I spoiled that secret that no one's known about for.
Listen, the worst part is you probably did just spoil it for Lumpy.
I actually had no idea. None, 0, did not know.
Whatever. He doesn't deserve to be unspoiled. Anyway, apparently there was also a reference to Clark Gable in this issue.
Yeah, that's when they saw when they went and saw the movie. Robin was telling Batman how handsome he is and compared him to Clark Gable.
Right, because I forgot Robin's in love with Batman.
Yeah, he was telling him how handsome he was, and he made Clark Gable. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Something. I think Robin would have sacrificed himself in that well for Batman, but Batman
he was going to. Batman knocked him out instead.
Batman knocked him out because he wasn't sure, but Robin was like, "I'm going to save you," and Batman's like, "We'll see how this goes."
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, Batman was like, I'm going to save myself. I'm going to knock you out and might save you.
Yeah,
maybe.
He sent him through that torpedo hole and was like, that looked like it hurt. I'm just swimming out of here, man. I'm taking my chances.
I'm going to
swim. Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, I guess that's it. Anything else to say?
I got nothing else for this one. You want to hear a joke?
I guess.
Yes.
All right, you ready? What happens if you cross Batman with a Christmas tree?
What?
You get Spruce Wayne. Get it? Spruce Wayne?
Spruce Wayne. I like it.
It's a Christmas joke. Come on, TJ. It's a Christmas joke. You want to hear a song? Jingle bells, Batman smells. Robin laid an egg.
That's it. That's it. You're fired. TJ here from Comics and Us, just here to plug the social media. Check us out on Twitter. Our handle is @EveryTNUs because someone took everything and us, but the name of the Twitter page is Everything and Us Podcast, and then the handle is @EveryTNUs. You can also check us out on Instagram, which is also Everything and Us. These all encapsulate all the podcasts that I do, but you're going to find all your updates for Comics and Us, Anime and Us, so forth and so forth. You can also contact us right now at everythinginuspodcasts@gmail.com. Still working on the website. And until then, that's where you can get a hold of us. That's all. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.